I don't know about you in your life, but I've never had to deal with cancer, so I've never been afraid of it. My only exposure was going for a back scan and passing the nuclear ward. I remember seeing those poor patients moving slowly and quietly, and as an empath, I could feel their anxiety and pain. My diagnosis was a surprise, but I was terrified of becoming one of those patients, not of cancer. Then there were my other fears. Being a spiritual healer, I felt a fraud accepting medical intervention. And what if the love of my life left me because of the strain? Regan has been the greatest gift of my life. But him saying he couldn't cope if he lost me? No. I'd rather face my fears than make him deal with his. So he held me as my acid trip to help with my anguish went terribly wrong. Sinking to the bottom of a deep, dark, scary well, I begged, is it really necessary to have chemo? And universe answered. Science is part of humanity and spirituality. You don't have to choose. You will survive whichever path you take. And in that moment, I made my deal, asking for the vanity of losing my boobs and hair to be taken from me, for strength in my inevitable coming days of weakness, and for wisdom from the entire experience I was about to go through. And at that point, I felt at peace. 2 weeks later, there's a hateful cannula sticking out of my arm. The cam nurses in full hazmat suits confuse me. But when I see that bag of bright red poison, it all made sense. They called it Red Devil for good reason. And as a single solitary tear fell, my fears took over again. Holy shit, watching that nuclear toxin being forced straight into my veins. But I took control of my mind and forced myself to focus on my deal instead. And I whispered to myself, it's okay, Mel. We're gonna get through this. And we did. I became the poster girl with my beautiful boldness. It's been 2 years and I'm still here. Even chemo can't keep this girl down. My hair has grown back, although I don't have to shave as much now. And my king, he's not only still here, he put a ring on it. I understand today that any fear-based decision deeply impacts those we most care about. So even if you're shut down with fear, be open to there being more than one solution. For me, I learned that facing my red devil head on has allowed me to love so deeply beyond myself that I'm blown away with the gratitude for the entire journey.